Vibe check for pharmacodynamics. Recall the definition of pharmacodynamics. Man on drug ba or drug on man? Drug on man, no? What the drug does to the body. So, andito yung receptor interactions, dose-response phenomenon, mechanism of action, pwedeng therapeutic or toxic. So, anong ginagawa ng med? Sa'yo. Okay? Anong ginagawa ng drugs sa'yo? Ano bang ginawa ng med sa'yo? Umangit ka ba nung nag-med ka? Joke lang. Yung iba hiyang pumapayat from obese naging overweight. Tapos naging normal yung BMI. Anyway, so, pag tinake mo yan, ikaw ba ay mas naging happy? Or in love? Whatever. Or gumiling-giling ka. Ginanahan ka. Kung ano man yung drug na yan, no? So, drug on man, pharmacodynamics. Okay? Sagot agad. Best characterized drug receptors, which mediate actions of endogenous chemical signals such as hormones, autocoids, and neurotransmitters. Underline lang. Best characterized. Alam na alam or aral na type ng receptors. Ano yung number 1? Ano ba iba't ibang klase ng chairs or receptors? Pwedeng regulatory proteins, pwedeng enzyme, etc. Diba? So, sino yung pinaka-aral na aral dyan? Yung regulatory proteins. Okay? So, receptors are major targets for drug action. Recall lang. Ito yung mga kakapitan ng drug. Diba? Yung prerequisite is for a drug to act, kailangan mo po muna siya sa receptor. So, yung 4 na types ng receptors or chairs. First, regulatory proteins. So, yan yung best characterized drug receptors. They mediate actions of endogenous chemical signals such as neurotransmitters, autocoids, and hormones. They mediate effects of many of the most useful therapeutic agents. Verbatim. Yung ibang receptors naman ng drugs, enzymes, no? Pwedeng i-inhibit or i-activate ng drug binding yung mga enzymes such as yung DR, Dr. Me. Okay? So, diethyl reductase is inhibited by methotrexate. Statins competitively inhibit HMG-CoA reductase, yung rate-limiting enzyme for cholesterol synthesis. Okay? Pero ang mas aral na aral dyan, regulatory proteins. Number 1, no? Sino pa yung another type ng receptor? Ion channel. So, drugs often mimic or block the actions of natural agonists ng mga channels na yan, no? For instance, acetylcholine, serotonin, GABA, glutamate. Diba? So, si GABA nag-bind sa receptor niya, may bubukas na channel, may papasok na ion, etc. etc. Pwede ring transporter or special carriers. Okay? Ang aral na aral dyan, syempre yung number 1, yung regulatory proteins. Okay? Number 2, yung enzymes. Enzymes are usually proteins na nagkakatalyze ng reactions. Okay? They hasten the speed of a chemical reaction. Top 1, regulatory proteins. Ang dulo na diniscuss natin, ion channels. Bubukas sara. Depende sa ligand na nag-bind. Okay? Ang drug minimimic yung ligand. They can open or close ion channels. Okay? Review lang. Yan. Review lang. Next, dopamine, epi, and histamine are important neurotransmitter agonists. Kakampi, no? Agonist. When these ligands interact with their receptors, or upuan, how do they mainly elicit their responses? Ito ba? Si epi, doc. Diba, second messenger niyan, cyclic AMP. Pinapataas yung cyclic AMP. Tama. Pero, kunyari board exam, choose the best answer. Okay? Choose the best. Lagi. Do all of this drug increase cyclic AMP? Di mo sure. Sa adrenergics video pa yan. Activate phospholipase C. Parang cyclic AMP si epi. Tama ka naman. Inhibit synthesis of ligand-specific intracellular proteins. Inhibit pa lang, mali na. Open or close ligand ion channels. Sila ba yung mga nagbubukas ng ion channels? Ano bang type ng receptors ng mga to? Diba? G, protein-coupled receptor. Okay? So, they regulate intracellular second messengers through GPCRs. Mga bang nag-GPCR ang upuan nito? GPCR, GPCR, opo. Okay? So, that's the best answer. Okay? Hindi kasi lahat nagpapataas ang cyclic AMP. As you learn later, no, sa adrenergics. Si epi, oo. Paano si dopamine? Lagi ba yan na G-stimulatory? Diba? Meron kasing GQ, GS, and GI na G-protein. Pero lahat sila, umuupo dito sa G-protein coupled na receptor. Diba? So, that's the best answer. Trick question, no? Kala mo cyclic AMP na. Umuupo si drug, lilipad si G-alpha, tatapikin si adenyl cyclase, letter C yung dulo, C yung susunod, cyclic AMP, dadami, yun yung second messenger. Okay? So, bakit nga mali yun? Kasi nga, hindi lahat nagpapataas ng cyclic AMP. Okay? Activation of adenyl cyclase and increased CAMP levels may occur in one system, but the opposite may occur in another. Kasi sinamahan mo ng dopamine, no? Ayan siya. Have M&M. You learned the mnemonic for this one sa adrenergics video. So, have M&M, histamine, alpha-1, V1, M1, M3, GQ. So, lahat to GPCR, pero ito, GQ system, or GQ ang G-protein niya. Then, ang second messenger nito, di ba, QC, then IP3 and DAGI. IP3, papataas ng calcium. May numero din yan. Okay? So, si histamine, hindi cyclic AMP, ang second messenger. Kasi GQ system siya. Histamine na uupo sa H1 receptor. Or H2, oo, cyclic AMP. Ano pa? Epi and norepi na uupo dito sa beta 1, beta 2, cyclic AMP. Pero ang dopamine na uupuan ng D2 receptor, bababa ang cyclic AMP. So, ano lang ang totoo for all of them? Okay, tinuturuan ko kayo paano mamili ng best answer. So, ito. This one applies to all of these drugs, no, or hormones. Ito kasi increase intracellular. Ito lang. Ito hindi lagi. Diba? Kasi minsan, IP3 yan. Ang second messenger. Ito hindi. Kapag sa D2 umupo, bababa ang cyclic AMP. Okay? Next. Refers to the concentration or dose of the drug required to produce 50% of the drug's maximal effect. And this one depends on the affinity or KD. Dose daw. Ilang drug ang... lumabas na yung answer. Anong dose or concentration ng drug inumin ko para 50% ganda? Yan. Potency. Kung isang bala ka lang, mas potent ka, di ba? So, recall the definition of potency. So, amount of drug needed to produce a given effect. Okay? Saan siya related? Yan. Sa EC50, ED50, and sa KD. Mas potent kung lower ang EC50. Isang bala ka lang, isang tablet ka lang, ganda ka na. Ayan. What else? So, potency of a drug depends in part on the affinity of receptors for binding the drug, and in part on the efficiency with which drug-receptor interaction is coupled to response. Potency, concentration units yan, or dose. Okay? Nasa x-axis ka titingin. Mas potent kung mas maliit ang kailangan para 50% ganda ka. Eto, ang dami kong iinumin. Higher dose or higher concentration para 50% ganda. Dito na ako. Di ba? Kunti lang inumin ko, ganda ka agad. 50%. Okay? Potency. This one tells you if the drug binds tightly to the receptor. Okay? Pag left shift, lower ang EC50, higher ang potency. Less drug is needed para 50% ganda ka. Or yung effect. True or false? Lahat yan true. Di ba? Drug A and B are more potent than C and D. Potent, nasa x-axis. Uy, konti lang ang kailangan ko inumin para 50% ganda. Unlike this one, 50% ganda. Ganto laklak, ang dami. So true. Potency of A is less than potency of B. Kasi mas marami akong iinumin than drug B para 50% ganda. No? So, mas potent actually si B. Some dose of drug A can produce larger effects than drug B. Larger effects. Despite drug B being more potent. Agree ka, di ba, na si drug B mas potent? Kasi tingnan mo yung EC50 niya, oh, mas maliit. Pero some dose of drug A, may mga dose daw dyan ni drug A na mas mataas yung katumbas na effect or response. Oo naman. No? Ito, oh. Pag uminom akong ganito karami ng dose ni A, mas mataas na yung effect kumpara dito kay B. Si B hanggang dito lang kahit anong gawin natin. Drugs A, C, D have equal maximal efficacy, all greater than drug B. True ba yan? Efficacy, ere. O, lahat daw sila pantay-pantay. Totoo naman. O, all greater than drug B. Si drug B, bansot to. O, baba ng ere niya, efficacy niya. Okay? So, true lahat. Just like acebutolol, the drug blank also acts as a partial agonist. Tulad ni acebutolol, si blank ay partial agonist rin. Oh, sino dyan ng PA, partial agonist? Si Bupre. Minsan bo mo, minsan pre mo. This guy's in love with you, pare. Parang ganun. Charot. Recall your partial agonist or mixed ago-antago. Pag mag-isa lang siya, agonist. No? Pero pag andyan na yung bida, nag-iinarte siya. Ayoko umalis sa trono. So, si bida hindi makaupo. So, antagonist siya. Okay? Minsan. They lower efficacy. Partial agonist lowers the ere. Efficacy, binababa. Tandaan know the examples of partial agonists. Aside from acebutolol, pindolol, yan. Partial ago rin yan. Minsan kakampi mo, minsan hindi. Parang siya. No? Okay. Si buprenorphine is an example of partial agonist. And since inoccupy niya, di tuloy makaupo si agonist. Since inoccupy ni bupre. Okay? So, may affinity naman. Wala namang problema sa affinity ni buprenorphine sa receptor. Nalo-lower yung efficacy kasi may intrinsic pag-iinarte talaga siya. May intrinsic lower efficacy siya. Okay? Lalo na pag andyan na si agonist, ayaw niya umalis. Si agonist, di tuloy maka-act. So, mababa efficacy. And in terms of affinity, walang problema. Partial agonist can bind to its receptor. Okay? Partial agonist, doble cara. Minsan go, pero pag andyan yung bida, minsan off. Yan. Sino yung kamukha ni ligand? Yung agonist. Okay? Doble cara. Pero mabait siya dito, no? Si Loki. Anyway, partial agonist produces a lower response at full receptor occupancy. Tama? Lower response, lower efficacy, lower effect. Okay. Failure of partial agonist to produce maximal response is due to decreased affinity for binding to receptors. Kaya raw mababa effect nito kasi hindi siya makakapit sa receptor. Totoo ba yun? Kakasabi lang. Ito yung receptor. Umupo si partial agonist. Mababa ba yung affinity niya sa receptor? That's why lower ang efficacy? Hindi, di ba? Okay naman yung affinity niya. Ang problema kaya lower ang efficacy, pag andyan na si agonist, hindi makaupo si agonist. Okay? Si agonist kasi full efficacy yan eh. O hindi siya makaupo kasi andyan si partial agonist. So the answer is false. Mali yung second statement. Recall that a partial agonist also binds to a receptor but only partially activates it. So it has a lower efficacy than full agonist. Pag antagonist naman, uupo pero hindi mga-activate. So binablock niya ng ligands or drugs. Partial agonists have lower intrinsic efficacy, leading to reduced maximum response. They can act as antagonists or kalaban by competing for receptor binding with full agonists. Yun na nga. Imbis na uupo si ago, ayaw niya umalis. Kaya hanggang dito lang tuloy yung effect. Okay? The level of activity depends on the level of endogenous receptor activity. Next. So, basa. We measure the heart rate of a healthy subject under the following conditions. At rest, then pinag-exercise mo, then binigyan mo ng drug, si acebutolol. Okay? Acebutolol at rest causes a slight increase in heart rate. Pero beta-1 blocker yan eh. Anyway, nung tinaasan mo, mas tumaas ang heart rate. Tinaasan mo yung dose. Okay? Pero nung nag-exercise ka, bumaba parang bumaba yung pagkataki. Ito mas maganda. At rest, na wala kang acebutolol, ito yung heart rate mo. Okay? Tapos na nag-exercise ka, ang laki ng tinalon, di ba? Laki ng tinalon. Pag naka-acebutolol ka na high dose, ano nangyari? Ito yung heart rate mo. Nag-exercise, walang acebutolol, just pure epi, kasi nakasimpa mode ka eh. So, ito yung full agonist. Pero, nung binigyan kita ng acebutolol, ito lang, parang, yan, nagtaki ka pa rin kasi nag-exercise kayo, pero blunted. Kasi what? Yun yung tanong. So, andito si Ace. Acebutolol. So, anong trabaho niya? Hindi mo nakuha yung full effect. So, si acebutolol ay blank. Okay? So, yun yung question. Yan. Tsaka na-mention na kanina, di ba? Sa boards, ay mga ganun eh. Connected. Na-mention kanina. Just like acebutolol, di ba? Buprenorphine is a partial agonist. So, tapos usapan, partial agonist siya. Okay? So, partial agonists have both the ability to bind to receptors, so may affinity sila, and the ability to evoke a response by activating those receptors, so efficacy. Pero mahina under basal conditions. So, when acebutolol is administered at rest, ano mangyayari? Mababa yung catecholamines mo kasi at rest ka. Konting heart rate lang konting changes lang sa heart rate. No? Tapos, kapag nag-simpa mode ka, nag-exercise ka, andyan na si epi. So, magtataki ka. Pero kung naka-acebutolol ka, ibablock niya yung si epinephrine. Kung baga umupo si acebutolol sa trono ni epi, hindi makaupo si epi, mababa yung effect, yung efficacy. Acebutolol is a cardioselective beta-1 blocker, which is also considered partial agonist due to its ISA, intrinsic sympathomimetic activity. You'll learn this sa adrenergics lecture. So this means it provides low-grade beta stimulation at rest, but acting as typical beta blocker when sympathetic activity is high. Okay? So may tridor. May tridor effect siya. Mag-isa lang siya, tingnan mo, pataas yung heart rate. Nung andyan na si boss or si agonist, nandito na si epi, bumaba. Okay, blinak niya. Sabi ni epi, ako naupo ako sa heart, magtukos akong tachycardia. Sabi naman ni acebutolol, hindi, nakaupo ako dito, bawal ka. So si epi, talsik. Kaya hindi masyado mataas yung heart rate here. Okay? So basta, partial agonist si acebutolol, no? Pagalingan na lang, maghanap ng clue. Yan. Kung ayaw nyo ng complicated explanation. Two drugs act on the same organ and tissue via activation of different receptors. Okay? So, dalawang gamot, magkaibang receptor. For a while. Okay. Saan yung pen? Different receptors. Leading to effects that are qualitatively opposite. So, antagonism yan, no? Example of which would be the direct effects of acetylcholine, na para mode, parasympathetic, pa-chill-chill lang, and norepi, on the heart rate. So, si norepi, catecholamine, sympa mode. No? So, ito, magtatachycardia ka. Pag acetylcholine naman, nag-bind sa heart, brady. Okay? So, anong klaseng antagonism yan? Umuupo sila sa different receptors. What's your answer? So, kunyari si heart. Hindi yung heart na yan. Heart. So, may receptors yan for sympa and for para. Okay? Kung ito yung drug mo, or neurotransmitter mo, kung sino man yan, kunyari si norepi yan, uupo yan sa beta-1. Diba? Boy, you only have one heart. May mnemonics tayo for adrenergic sa next lecture. So, beta-1 receptors. Pwede rin naman, kung si acetylcholine yan, upo siya sa muscarinic, no? Sa M2 receptors. Then, pag umupo si norepi sa beta-1, tachycardia. Pag si acetylcholine naman ang uupo sa trono niya, which is the muscarinic 2 receptors, brady, no? Babagal. So, ano yun? Magkaiba ng upuan. Ano yung antagonism na yun? Chemical ba? Competitive? Pharmacologic? Physiologic? When you say Competitive, ano yung itsura niyan? Makikipag-compete. Si acetylcholine ba, kinumpit yung norepi mo sa same chair, same beta 1? Hindi, di ba? Yung ibig sabihin ng competitive, antagonism. Oh. Tapos hindi siya makabind. Kung may competitive antagonism, hindi naman yan trabaho ni acetylcholine eh. Oh. What about pharmacologic? This is also known as irreversible antagonism. So, nag-bind siya sa trono mo, sa trono ni norepi, tapos may bond na na-form. Bawi na lang next life. Parang ganun. Bawi na lang next receptor. Yun yung irreversible antagonism. Next. Next is yung, ano pa hindi natin na-discuss? Okay. Yung nagkalaban sila dahil magkaibang mechanism or receptors, physiologic yun. Again, this one, competitive antagonism. Ito, irreversible antagonism or pharmacologic. Then, paano naman kung ang trabaho ba ni acetylcholine or someone ay chinever si norepi kaya hindi makabind? Yun ba yun? Ang tawag doon. Chemical antagonist ba siya? Di ba? Pag chinever mo chemically yung drug, that's why na-antagonize siya, chemical antagonism. Eh, hindi naman. So, ano yun? Physiologic. Okay? Physiologic or functional antagonism occurs when two drugs produce opposite effects on the same physiologic function by interacting with different types of receptors. Ano yung physiologic function sinasabi? Yung heart rate. Yung isa na pataas, yung isa na papaba. Bakit? Chinever mo ba si norepi? Hindi naman. Nagkaiba lang tayo ng physiologic mechanism. Upo ko dito, kaya kinalaban kita. Okay? Yan. So, epi, ano pa? Masasabi natin dyan. Bronchodilator. Acetylcholine, pag umupo naman sa lungs niya, sa receptor sa lungs, mag-bronchoconstrict. Physiologic yun. Chemical antagonism, kapag yung two drugs combine with each other chemically and the activity of one or both is reduced or abolished. Example ng chemical antagonism, dimercaprol chelating lead. So, chinever ni dimercaprol si lead. Kaya hindi ka na na-toxic sa lead. Diba? Ano pa? Calcium sa gatas. Mag-i-interact yan sa tetracycline. Yung calcium sa gatas mo, tapos uminom ka ng antibiotic na tetracycline. Si Chiaverin ng calcium yung gamot. Chemical antagonism yun. Okay? Competitive, yan yung surmountable. Irreversible, yun yung other main type ng pharmacologic antagonism. Yun nga, yung may bond na. May covalent interaction. Example nito is phenoxybenzamine on alpha receptors. Ganyan. Alam mo na yan, competitive. Hindi na makabind tuloy, pero surmountable siya. So, these are the types of antagonists. Okay? Chemical, chinever mo, yung drug, mismo. Okay? Pag competitive kasi, hinarangan mo yung upuan, yung receptor. Physiologic, magkaibang receptors tayo. Pero kakalabanin kita through another method. Yan. Okay? Next, some adrenergic agonists will exhibit diminution in response due to tachyphylaxis. Which of these best describes tachyphylaxis? Tachy, ang bilis. Okay, so sino lang dyan yung quick? Mabilis. Tsaka diminution. Kumonte. Increase in the rate of response. Yung ba yun? Hindi eh. Pag pinag-usapan nga natin, decrease eh. Mali agad. Immediate hypersensitivity, anaphylaxis. Nope. Prompt conformational changes, blah, blah. Quick and progressive rise in response. Decrease nga eh. So, mali agad. Okay? Chinever mo ba yung receptor? Dito sa tachyphylaxis? Hindi, di ba? So, correct answer, rapid development of tolerance to the drug's effect. Wala namang magic number yan. Pwedeng minutes, pwedeng seconds. Okay? So, ang tachyphylaxis. Basta may diminution. Kumonte ang response after some time. Tachyphylaxis. Pero pag gradual, tolerance yun. Okay? Yan. Pag loss of effectiveness, resistance na yun. Tulad ng antibiotic resistance. Yan. So, tachyphylaxis is defined as rapidly developing tolerance to the effects of an agonist that is administered repeatedly, even if the subsequent dosages are not changed or they may actually be progressively increased. Wala lang. Taki ang bilis. Again, walang magic number. Okay? Pwedeng minutes, pwedeng seconds. Ano pa yung mga may tachyphylaxis? Sa mga bronchodilators. Pag paulit-ulit mong ginagamit. Albuterol. Yan. For asthma, yung salbutamol mo. Idiosyncratic, once in a blue moon mangyari. Kaso lucky day mo. Yan. Idio. Si idiot minalas. Birang-bira mangyari kaso nabunot ka. So, rare drug response. Chloramphenicol, nag-aplastic anemia ka. Naka-allopurinol ka, bigla ka nagkatarak. Idiosyncratic. Infrequent. Okay? Tachyphylaxis develops rapidly. Okay? Yan. This one does not depend on dose. Nitrates. May tachyphylaxis din. Ito yung reason bakit may tachyphylaxis. Takas. Kaka-expose mo sa agonist, biglang nag-BRP. Tumakas asawa mo. So, hindi na nakikinig sa'yo. Yan. Tolerance. Ito naman, substrates or alipores na uubos, but this one develops slowly. Kasi inaantay nga maubos yung substrates. High doses of the drug received will cause tolerance. Nato-tolerate mo na, so you gotta increase the dose. Okay? Tolerant, bagal tolerant. Sino yung mga may tolerance, yung barbiturates, etc. Mali about TI, therapeutic index. Drugs with larger, malaking T, mas gusto mo, mas safe? Oo. Formula is TITE, tight. Tite, kung ano mang gusto mo. Next, tama rin yan, formula. Warfarin and digoxin are drugs with narrow TI. Yup. Lithium doesn't need frequent monitoring. Narrow TI yan, so frequent monitoring is required. Yun yung mali. Okay? Adverse drug event due to thalidomide. Nakatali ang kamay sa thalidomide. Diba? Phocomelia. Unwanted hair growth, ano yan? Minoxidil, diba? Thalidomide, drowsiness, hindi naman yun yung adverse effect niya. Next, FDA assigns the letters A, B, C, D, X to drugs approved for human use. Which of the following does this classification apply? Category C, Category X, mga yun, narinig mo sa buntis. Tapos usapan, di ba? So, pregnancy classification yan. Category A, ano yan? Na-evaluate in controlled clinical studies in all trimesters, so safe enough. Yan. Konting risk lang, remote risk of fetal harm. BCD, there's increasing evidence, whether from animal or human studies, of risks and the general risk-benefit ratio. Category D, demonstrable risk, but may be used when, for example, life-threatening condition and wala nang alternative available. So this pregnancy classification must be included in the package inserts warning section sa gamot. Class X means proven siya na may fetal harm and the fetal risks from administering the drug. Okay? And yung benefits, wala kumpara sa harm. Yun yung category X. Okay, that's it. Thank you.